Oh, welcome to it. This is Soccer Africa, and it's episode number 1001. We're so proud to have reached that milestone of 1,000 shows that happened last week, and if you missed it, well, you missed a lot, but there's still a big celebration coming up at the end of the month. We're doing a 2-hour special to celebrate the fact that Soccer Africa has reached 1,000 shows, and that means we've been on air for 24 years. Now, I'm inviting you as well to be part of that show. Don't forget that you can take a look at us on our social media, have a look there, and see how you could be part of the show at the end of the month. Be in studio and be with the wise queen as well as the wise men, and just rub shoulders with the guys that some of you always tell us you grew up with and, have been watching since you were this high, and now you are a full-grown adult. That's how long South Africa has been with you. I'm your jersey number 10, Thomas Mlambo. This week has been all about the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, and there is a lot going on as far as that's concerned. We're going to be talking about that. We're expecting to have Sammy Kufuor, the legendary defensive player for the Black Stars of Ghana, joining us on the show with a good news story to tell from Ghana. They are on the verge of qualifying for the FIFA World Cup, and then we'll get to Mamadou Gueye, who's up in the DRC, and he was at the CAF Congress there. A lot was talked about there, and he's going to give us a sense of what took place at that Congress. But here in studio, I've got at the far post, first and foremost, it's Thomas Gwenaite and TK.
Yeah.
There's an interesting story that I want to go straight into, jump into it. As an award-winning journalist, I actually heard you, and this is the thing that I really like. I heard you on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, before we got there, TK's on the phone, and he's speaking to them in Malawi, and he's like, listen, I need this, what's going on? What's the situation? Have the plane landed? Are they? TK,
Yeah.
the journalistic thing just never goes away.
No, once a journalist, always a journalist.
So what's happening in Malawi?
What's happening is Equatorial Guinea was supposed to have played against Malawi in a World Cup qualifier. Kickoff was supposed to have been at 18 hours. But Equatorial Guinea, as of 15 minutes ago, have not yet landed in Malawi.
Well, I mean, why are you even bothering? Are you calling at 9 o'clock for a game that was supposed to start at 6 o'clock? Equatorial Guinea have not showed up for their World Cup qualifier.
They have not.
What happened? Why? Because I heard that question even asked. TK, you were going deep.
Yes, I did. I did ask and made inquiries, and I'm told that the players went on strike because there was no payment of their appearance fees, And as a result, they said no.
Mara, you go on strike, and already you're not likely to qualify for the World Cup. They're not doing well in their group. It's the wrong time to go on strike, right? You don't have any leverage anymore. They're even like, well, you guys don't even bother, so it's fine.
But how do we know that since the qualifiers started, they have not been paid? Maybe since the qualifiers started, the federation has been promising to pay them, and they have not. And so they said we might as well boycott this game until.
But it's a movie. You don't rock up. You just don't arrive.
This is Africa.
No, what are you trying to say?
There's a lot of disrespect to the players. That's why he's saying this is Africa. Because if there was no disrespect, they would have been paid. Why show up for the national team when it's not showing up for me?
But we don't know that. You guys are making some pretty big assumptions.
It could be an assumption. However, if there's no money, what happens?
What's
the log tell you here? Like, when we look at that log, how could this have played a role in whether you get your bonuses or not, and you do get your payment or not, and whether they traveled or not? Coach Tadesh.
Remember, this is the Equatorial Guinea that had the case with FIFA and CAF.
Yes, 6 points taken away, Emiliano Nsue.
And they're still trying to fight for that 6 points.
But, I mean, if you're fighting for the 6 points and then you don't come for a game, then that's pointless.
Yeah, I think that was out of order. Yes, as much as they owed monies and bonuses, but you can't hold the country to ransom, And this is a FIFA World Cup qualifier. You are actually bringing disrepute to the game,
There you go. That's the situation. The latest, as far as that's concerned, TK was ferreting and making sure that he got us up to speed with one. And over the weeks and months, I'm sure people will come out and say what the sanction is for not showing up for your match and how that will play out in the group. But that's the latest. Equatorial Guinea saying, we haven't got our money as players. The negotiations went a bit long. The flight didn't land. They didn't rock up for the game in Lilongwe against Malawi. The wise queen of African football, Andile Ncube, she joins us back on the show. Ashley, how are you?
Very good. Very, very happy girl because, WAFCON is being expanded, so very, very happy girl.
Also smiling because Zambia managed to
Listen, we missed that. We missed that feeling, so very, very happy.
Take me through it, though. What happened? Zambia, last encounter, what are you guys crediting a little bit of a spirited performance to?
I think the last time I was here, I was complaining about what happened during Chan, what has been happening around the Copper Queens. So this. I think it's just a change of mentality. Even maybe Coach Evram Grant now trying to understand the team. Patson Daha coming back to his winning ways. That is what we missed.
Does it mean anything?
It does. It does mean something because AFCON is coming soon, so they need to be.
So you're just
prepared.
using World Cup qualifiers as preparation for the AFCON?
No, we need to accept situations.
What about the backdoor? There isn't even a backdoor for Zambia, right? Can you make best second place?
Fingers are crossed because we're still waiting to see if we'll get the points after some of the games that haven't been played. So maybe, just maybe, that might be in our favor. We're yet to know. Nothing has been said around that though.
Zambia, is it starting to look like they might be a threat at the Africa Cup of Nations? As we know already, their group situation difficult.
Yeah, Thomas, the quality in this team is undoubted. Yes, they didn't have a good chance. Zambian football has been going through a bad stage recently, but I think this resurgence and, the star player, Patson Daka back, got to agree with Ashley, it's good preparation for AFCON coming up,
It didn't help though that Zambia were in a group with Morocco, right?
Listen, I feel like Zambia has been paired with Morocco in every tournament.
Yes.
Chan, WAFCON, everywhere. Zambia's... who does the draws?
But also, put up a bit of a fight in the group. Morocco are likely to go through this group with 100% record. That means I've won every match in a World Cup qualifying
At least
game.
make it tough for them.
Put up some kind of resistance, guys.
Zambia has been going to
Tanzania,
Zambia has been going through a
Zambia.
transition phase. We're getting there. We're getting there. Wait for us during AFCON. Wait for us.
Tanzania, Niger, and Zambia with Morocco. TK.
Everybody has pulled off.
Yeah, at least, you expect that little man,
Fight.
to put up a
Wait,
good
also,
fight.
remember before we had issues when the players didn't want to train, there was a lot of things that are happening in the Zambian Federation. A lot of things have been happening that have worked against the players. So that win was very monumental. We needed that.
Thomas, on this here, you look at the last team, Eritrea. This could change the whole complexion, not only of this group, but all the groups. FIFA have not taken a decision yet whether they take out 6 points or they add 6 points to equalize everything for second place positions.
Let's explain, right? So Eritrea have withdrawn from the group.
Yes.
And matches had been played already.
Exactly.
So the situation now is what to do about that. What I've heard was that it's most likely that the points gained against Eritrea will be taken away from the teams that did play against Eritrea. Which in some ways is fair, but in other ways...
It's unfair because we didn't ask Eritrea to withdraw. That is very unfair though.
This also affects all the other teams fighting for second spot.
Yes.
So FIFA has got to deliberate and they got to do it
But you
soon.
also can't just give points and then say, okay, everybody...
And you must know it's not just 3 points, it's 3 points, 3 points.
Yeah, you can't just say 3-0 at everybody because, wow.
There was money that was invested in these teams to go and play. So it doesn't make sense.
Okay, but let's just look at there was a bit of a precedent maybe that we can look at here in South Africa.
Yeah.
And that was what happened with Royal AM last season,
Yes.
right? They didn't play everyone. And so what the league decided was that with the club now no longer being able to fulfill fixtures, and you didn't play everyone, so we can't say everyone had a chance to play you.
Yes.
Those results and those points that were gained, everybody played, lost them.
Absolutely.
So, what must we do now? Why are you feeling unfair?
Because I need Zambia to qualify. I'm just being honest here.
It's a bit too little, too late, actually. Sorry.
Wait for us at AFCON.
What do you think would be the right solution, though? Because
I
I don't
think this
know
is
how
gonna
you
be
solve that. You can't give 3 points and 3-0 for free, and also taking points away from people who thought, well, we are okay. We're in business. We have these 3 points in the bank.
True, Thomas.
How they gone?
So does
I think for
does
FIFA, it's something to really think about because it's unprecedented, especially with the second place playoffs. There's 4 teams that go in there, and this could affect all the groups. So it's going to be tough for FIFA to
TK
make
is
it.
smiling because one of those that could benefit is South Africa. If South Africa on top the group, beneficiary number 1. It's amazing that
Because
Eritrea
you
and
get
another
the
group
3
coming
points.
up would then push South Africa into the reckoning in terms of the best runners-up.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even though right now, when I look at the best runners-up, we are nowhere near
Yeah, but
getting
give
there.
6 points and then suddenly we're in business.
Absolutely. Everything then changes, But I just wanted to say Zambia, Zambia, for me, Zambia and Nigeria, they need to look back and ask themselves what went wrong. What is it that they didn't
It's
do?
not
right?
over.
Because it's not over, but I mean, it's been uncharacteristic
And
of
Cameroon?
Nigeria to
Cameroon?
and Cameroon as
Yeah.
well. You know,
That group is
I mean,
high. Group D. That Group D, Cape Verde and Cameroon.
Yeah, but Cape Verde done. Basically done.
They've got one more game at
Yeah,
home.
At home.
against who?
Aye?
It's
Eswatini.
Exactly.
Eswatini almost beat Angola yesterday. They were leading 2-0, conceded.
So your story has almost involved in it.
But I think Cape Verde should get it. I would love them to go to the World Cup. And here we have the World Cup ball.
Oh, yeah.
La Trionda.
Now, I actually even forgot. Like,
Yes,
right next to me
La
here it is,
Trionda.
right? So Africans who make it to the World Cup will be playing with it, and I'll show you very shortly. But here are the results for you. And guys, as you look through those results, what stands out for you? What were the big moves?
Egypt,
think
of course,
Egypt have
with
qualified, yeah.
Mo Salah scoring a brace.
And that's the big news.
Yeah.
Egypt have qualified for the FIFA World Cup.
Absolutely.
They became the third nation to make it there, with Morocco, Tunisia, and then Egypt.
Mo Salah became the all-time highest goal scorer in World Cup qualifier.
Fantastic there. What else stood out?
Yeah, I think the Cape Verde-Libya game, Libya could have sneaked that one in, but at least Cape Verde got a point away, keeps them in the running. And then you come, obviously we spoke about Zambia, Tanzania, but I think a rampant Ghana.
Yeah.
A rampant Ghana.
But going back to Cape Verde, were they robbed a little bit, I mean, they scored
I think
a goal disallowed, last kick of the game. They were 3-1 down, and it ends 3-3.
they came back. And then they made it 4-3.
And then 4-3, but
Yes.
no.
But
That's
the
what
one goal,
qualified them.
I think if there was VAR, they might just have sneaked it. They might have, So what a fairy tale it would have been.
Imagine, but how you even get 3-1
but
down?
Prati, they can do it at home, the fairy tale against our neighbors, Eswatini.
Yeah, I think they, the dream lives on.
Yeah.
I think for me, what stood out was Ghana. Ghana is not going to AFCON. So them getting the 5-0 was really nice, knowing that it was 5 goals, 5 different scorers. That means they've got score scorers in their team. Hopefully they will come back, and if they do qualify for the World Cup, they'll show us who they are.
They play against Comoros, right? In the final game.
Yes.
And that's it. Then, in that game, they need a point.
Just a point, because with goal difference, they lead in Madagascar, I think, by 8
And
goals.
Madagascar, Mali. So
Mali.
that's already looking
Yeah.
like, it's tough there.
Because Mali also got an outside chance of sneaking in number 2, And they won 2-0 yesterday. Doumbia scoring 2 goals.
But the big story, the Black Stars are on the verge of coming back to the FIFA World Cup. And, well, when that happens, you have to catch up with the massive Black Star, right? And that big Black Star that we are having on the show today, Sammy Kupo, joins us. And I'm going to go through, because he needs the kind of introduction that Soccer Africa is the only show that can give him. So let me tell you a little bit about Sammy Kupo. 5 African Cup of Nations tournaments for Ghana, 96, 98, 2000, 2002, 2006, 14 appearances for Ghana at the African Cup of Nations, 4th place at the night. UEFA Champions League winner, the grey beard of Sammy Kupo. Looked different back then though, Sammy.
Yeah, come on.
But
How are you and how's everybody doing?
How are you, Sammy?
How are you, Sammy?
Oh, TK!
Yeah, my brother.
Oh, how are you?
Very, very good. Very good, Charlie.
I miss South Africa. I miss eating pap.
You must come. You must come. There's plenty of pub here in
We'd
South
love to
Africa.
have you, but Sammy, 5-0. 1 point now for the Black Stars to be headed back to the promised land of a FIFA World Cup. What's the vibe now around the national team? Because the World Cup's going great, but you're not going to the African Cup of Nations.
Well, I think everybody was very disappointed because of kind of the players that we have. We couldn't make it to the African Cup of Nations. That will be a test for us to know or assess some of the players in terms of the big tournament. but we couldn't make it. But we have to be more glad that we are going to a bigger tournament, which is bigger than African Cup of Nations.
What are you saying?
This is the World Cup. No, World Cup is much better. I mean,
Yeah?
it's a dream. It's a dream for every player to play the World Cup. It is good for us, but I think personally, I think that we could have made the two, going to the African Cup of Nations and go to the World Cup at the same time. But if both sides, you choose one. But I mean, the team is in good shape at the moment. We just need 1 point, like you said. Sunday is gonna be very, very, very intense because I mean it will be a little bit pressure because we play at home. Everybody want to do well, but I think the players they know what it takes to go to the World Cup.
But it's
so I think they
just a draw, Sammy. But we've heard that before. Just a draw. I get just a point.
Yes, the point. That's what makes it very, very difficult because there's a way the tension comes in. You need a players who have the different mindset, and I think at the moment we got the players who have the different mindset because our game against Mali in Accra was a game that I personally was very scared because Mali is a very good side, but we managed to beat them 1-0 and go to Morocco and get the five goals, which is bringing confidence back to the team.
I'm wondering though, Sammy, and we can all jump in on this conversation, whether there's some sort of advantage here for Ghana that they're not going to the Africa Cup of Nations. You know, we made the decision in Africa that we don't want to have an AFCON in the same year as a World Cup because our players maybe get to the World Cup having played an AFCON and then a World Cup in the same year. It's difficult. Ghana won't have that.
Well, we won't have that, but I think personally, I think that we could have gone to the African Cup. That would be much better for us because the players will get to play certain international matches to get to know much better than to go to the World Cup. It happened to us 2006. We went to Egypt. We couldn't do well, but at the end of the day, we were the best team in Africa to represent Africa. So I think it could have been, like you said, going to the African Cup of Nations. But at the end of the day, we have to be glad that we are going to the World Cup.
Well, not yet.
Almost there.
Yeah, I mean, almost there.
1 foot.
It's the football. It's football. It's a round thing. It doesn't belong to anybody. But we need to concentrate on our game and just be sure that we don't concede. We have to score early goals to boost the fans because Sunday, I don't know how many people will go to the stadium. It's going to be packed. So everybody is really excited to see Ghana going to the World Cup. That will be a fifth time.
What's been the secret to qualification? Has it been Coach Ado? Has it been individual players? As you look at it, what's made this possible for Ghana?
I think we lose focus during our African Cup of Nations qualify. And now everything just changed. I don't know if it's the players, the mindset of the coach that inspired to the players. For instance, who has been our best player in the whole qualify? For me, I think Jordan Ayew, our captain. He has been amazing, scoring a lot of goals. Kudus is in a good form in his club and coming to Ghana. So I think yesterday you could see the two centre-backs score goals. You could score against Mali. So
Salisu,
the momentum, everybody is coming. Everybody is coming to the game. So for me, that thing is very important.
Has this answered the question? Because we know that out of Ghana, there was a lot of skepticism about whether the coach was the right coach. Has that ended now?
Well, I think it's ended. It's ended because what do you need more? African Cup of Nations, we couldn't. And we didn't sack him. We qualified for the World Cup. Are you going to sack him?
Hey, somebody said earlier today, this is Africa.
Yeah, but I think now the trust is coming. The trust is coming. The collaboration between the players and the technical team is just jumping every day. It's getting high. Probably Saturday I'll be in the camp just to say hi to the boys. And we try to tell them we are behind them. We cannot tell them how to play football, but we support them in every aspect.
Coach, come in on whether there's an advantage to missing AFCON and going to the World Cup, or as Sammy is saying, it's fantastic to play a high-level competition, kind of bond yourselves together, really understand yourselves under pressure, and then go to the World
Yeah,
Cup.
I think especially for a country like Ghana, they have such a huge talent pool where they can call on 30 or 40 players playing in Europe. So I think playing at the AFCON would have sharpened the team, given them that cohesion and that match sharpness going into
Then
the
why
World
did
Cup.
we move AFCON away from a World Cup year? Like, why did we do that?
But you remember why? It was the change in Morocco.
Yes. During the Congress this week, one of the journalists did ask the president why we are having such a packed calendar, and he did say CAF has to adhere to the rules that they also are governed by. So it's not that they want to move a tournament just because, but because also when a country wins the rights to host, they also have to take advantage of the weather conditions. Is it going to rain that time? So it playing in December, January is because of the weather conditions that will be in Morocco at the time. So that is why we'll have it that time of the year. That was the reason he gave, literally. So
You're not convinced, Thomas? You think that rather playing friendlies in December would be better preparation for the World Cup?
But what friendlies? You're playing for your club.
No, I'm saying as a national team.
No, but I'm saying,
So-
you could, okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying, instead of an AFCON, there would be the leagues going on. The players would be continuing to play just their regular league football, like everybody else in the world.
Yeah, so it puts you at a disadvantage. That's why I agree with Sammy. Playing in the AFCON brings a team together, sharpens it, especially a team like Ghana where they have so many players to choose from. It gives the coach a chance to finalize or have a good idea of his pool of players going into the World Cup, maybe 30 odd players, and then trim it.
So, Sammy, does that mean Ghana are going to struggle at the World Cup?
No, we are not going to struggle. We are not going just to participate. We are going in to compete. Because Ghana going to the World Cup, I think we have been there. This is the 5th time that we are going. And we are going. We are not just getting any differences. We are going. So I think that will be a 5th time. So we are not going there just to just go there and be added to the numbers. No. At this time around, I think the players are more focused. We are going in just to compete.
Semi, today Equatorial Guinea players failed to arrive in Malawi simply because there's a dispute between players and the federation about bonuses and appearances. Now, why is it as Africans? Or may I ask if Ghana will, now that they are on the verge of qualifying, can they sit down with the players and negotiate a bonus structure and not wait until a few weeks before the World Cup to sort out this kind of issues?
What happened to us 2014 when Sule Muntari and Prince Boateng sent off home because of these issues. I think we need to form a system. A system needs to be working with the national team. For me, I believe that if you promise the players to give them something,
Oh no!
actually,
Critical moment. Critical moment.
struggle after the
You back, Sammy?
no,
Sammy, are you with us?
I'll choose to believe he was trying to say that if you promise to give the players something, fulfill it.
Yes.
Don't treat them like they don't deserve it. It's a job also.
There are a lot of people out there who might say to you, though, Ashley, it's for the country.
Yes, but then there's injuries. What if I get injured and then I don't go and
FIFA
play?
handles that.
But
No,
still,
but
my
at the
body.
same time, remember, FIFA gives every country that qualifies more than 1 million Swiss francs. They give you to prepare. They also give you 1 million. It's probably increased now that there's so much money into football. In 3 group matches, you get more than 3 million Swiss francs.
Here's my question, though.
Now, why is it that money goes to the federation only? Why can't it filter down to the players?
It's not filtering down, because here's my question, TK.
Yeah.
I mean, if money comes into the federation, FIFA money comes in, should that money now just be distributed amongst the national team
But the money
that's going
has
to the
its
World Cup, or
cause.
should it filter down all the way? Should the federation say, listen, guys,
Yes.
you've worked hard, you've made you brought us to the World Cup, big money, cash injected for the federation. This money will now go to developing grassroots.
Good point.
But
you
the-
have a
To under
point.
15s. It'll go to under 17s.
But there's
but
money,
some of
there's
them
money
have a
for
point.
It'll fund the
everything.
Black
There's
Some
money
of
for
them-
Why
development.
you just be for the Black
No,
Stars?
you have a point. The federation need to say we are going to get 5 million US dollars from FIFA. The 2.5 million, we take it. It will be for the Black Queens. It will be for the under 17, under 20, and then you players, you can share the 2.5.
Sammy, let me get back to you because I think Sammy's back. Sammy, you got cut off there as you were saying if the federation promises the players, and then you got cut off. What did you want to say?
Well, what I want to say is like the players, like I use the word system. We need to have a system that governs the players, and then like TK said, the juvenile, we need to have a development, like an amount for development. But the players who goes to the World Cup also need something because at the end of their career, nobody cares for them.
Yes.
So they need to also be more secure in terms of their money. If you don't give me today, who's going to give me tomorrow? Because today that I'm active, that you are just praising me. How many players, how many of my colleagues across Africa are struggling today because of the financial? So if you don't give me my money today, what are you going to give me tomorrow? And I believe there should be a system. The players should be, okay, in Europe, for instance, in Germany, they pay taxes, right? So at the end of their career, they get some money from the fund that they put their money to. Are we doing the same thing in Africa? We are not. So the players take their money, and you don't give them the money, and in future you want them to be like Ronaldinho or whoever. No, it's not possible. Give them the money that they deserve to have it now.
Well said, Sammy. Well said.
Sammy, you played in Germany. Does that mean the fund is still doing the job there for you?
Of course, because Tika, you need to put some money aside because at the end of the day, you will get old. You cannot play the rest of your life. So it's about life after football. You need to secure yourself. If you don't secure yourself today, nobody will secure it for you.
Thank you very much, Sammy Kufor. Absolute pleasure having you on the show. Your insights, as usual, powerful, and we're looking forward to the Black Stars back at the World Cup. Just make sure that 1 point, Sammy. Make sure that 1 point.
No, we qualify. Thomas, on Sunday, I will call you and I just say, you know what? We are going to America, Mexico, and Canada.
And with South Africa, right?
Yes, I hope South Africa will qualify.
Hope.
Because
Why is it sure? Why are you sure about Ghana but hope about South Africa?
They can qualify, and I hope and I believe. You know, it's true. I hope and I believe that they will qualify. By my noisy neighbors, they should stay home.
The noisy neighbor.
Noisy neighbors.
And as you know, Ghana neighbored by Nigeria. Thank you very much, Sammy Kufor. Love to have you on the show. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Sammy.
So, guys, I did try to introduce the ball a little bit earlier. Then we got in the conversation with Sammy Kufor. But what do you think of it? Here it is, the Trionda. This is the ball that will be played with at the World Cup. African nations, 9 of them, maybe 10 of them, will have the opportunity to play with this ball.
Yeah,
what have you thought about it? What's your initial impressions when you
I
look
think
at it?
in Spanish it's called La Trionda, which means the 3 waves.
Yeah.
You can see the color of the countries. The green is Mexico.
Well, it's not just green.
Yes.
There's a, like eagle, like the, I think it's the
eagle.
Aztec eagle, right? So it's there.
And this ball,
Then there's a maple leaf in the red, which is
For
Canadian
Canada.
national emblem. And then the star in the blue is the stars and stripes of the Americans. Right?
exactly. And then you go deeper, the technology, it has the most modern technology. There's a chip inside of it that tracks, gold line technology, all of that. And even the fabric it's made from is so advanced. So this is the most modern ball that has ever come out.
Yeah, it's got lots happening. I mean, the days of footballs just being footballs, this one has a chip inside it. It will assess whether the offside at the moment when the ball was kicked exactly to the millimeter, assisting with the automated offside that's going to be taking place there. TK,
Now,
the Adidas Trionda is the next generation of football.
yeah, I heard.
Remember Jabulani?
Yeah, I do actually. I just wonder, with all this technology, You know, I remember when we played the Super Eagles, they scored with a hand. Now, will this ball be able to detect that Osimhen or Lookman used his hand to score? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's the next level, TJ. That's the
It's
next
coming
one.
there, Brian.
But I don't know if that does that. What do you think? Tell us what you think. And, again, hashtag SS, hashtag Soccer Africa. Tell us what you think in terms of, so far, right? We are at 4 nations that have qualified for the FIFA World Cup. One of those we're going to talk about just now. We're going to talk about Algeria, and we're going to focus in on them because there's a very interesting story happening with the new goalkeeper that's arrived in the national team. Luka Zidane. Yeah, the son of Zinedine Zidane. Big story brewing around that, and this is Soccer Africa. Stay with us as we tell you more. Welcome back to Soccer Africa. Now, we're going to be joined by the assassin of Abidjan. He's up in the DRC, where it was the CAF Congress that recently took place. Mamadou, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you very much. Greeting from the reigning Kinshasa.
We are happy to have you on the show, Mamadou, and we're going to get from you very shortly what happened at the Congress. What did you see? Who was talking to who? And what the big takeaways were from that. But guys, I want to get into the story, right? Because we've been talking about some of the games that have taken place. We haven't made enough noise. Okay, Egypt, we mentioned. Egypt have qualified in this qualifying campaign. Now, this last couple of games, that they go to the World Cup. Algeria against Somalia did exactly that. On the bench was sitting Luka Zidane, Zinedine Zidane's son.
Yeah.
And there are those in France who are saying, and I'll name one of them, a journalist by the name of Bertrand Latour, who says, but how? Zizou is a legend of French football.
Yeah.
How is his son playing for Algeria? He's just done the switch. FIFA a few weeks ago saying, yes, you can switch.
Yes.
And the journalist in Bertrand Latour says, did Luka discover at the age of 27 that he was Algerian? Or is it
Grandparents.
opportunistic? Algeria were already likely to qualify. They were going to the World Cup. They're going to the AFCON. And now he's saying, no, listen, let me go play for Algeria, Dad, because you know what? It's going to be tough on the French side.
I agree. I don't think he was good enough for the French side. He might be the son of a legend, but I don't think he was good enough for the French team. I mean, you look at that France team. I mean, it's packed with quality. And I don't think he was at that level. And so the guy who says opportunistic,
Is it wrong?
I think I'll agree with him.
Is it wrong, though?
It's not wrong. I
No,
don't think it's
everybody's right to decide where you want to go. He
Yeah.
probably talked with his father and said to him, Dad, listen, I can't make it with the France team, but, you know, your native Algeria, I think I can sneak in there. And in any case, they look likely to qualify for the World Cup. So I think I'll play for them.
So he's not good enough for France, but good enough for Algeria.
Yeah, it's not. There's
Tell
nothing
them.
wrong with that, Thomas, because obviously there's a bigger talent pool in France. He's of Algerian descent, heritage. So why not play for Algeria?
Because
What?
If
there is somebody else whose whole life dreamt for that opportunity,
100%.
was born in the country, played for the nation, building up to this, in the whole qualifiers, was there throughout the qualifiers. And then, when you are sure, now you've done all the calculations, you are sure that, okay, now Algeria now, they just need Somalia and Uganda and it's done, we're going to the World Cup. Now suddenly fill in the forms. I want to go and play for you. I
No,
want to go and
remember
play
they
for
had to
Algeria.
get clearance from FIFA. That took a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
So Algeria were not.
They were sure when they
They were
did the
not sure,
application.
Thomas.
Yeah, sure case. But
Thomas,
they knew
even
that
the
they just
goalkeeper
needed
at
1 point. Come on.
Ivory Coast
But
today.
but listen to what
At
Thomas is saying.
27,
You
he
cannot
just
just
discovered
decide.
that
No.
he's fit enough to play for Algeria. At
Yeah, but he
27.
can't make the French team. He played for all the youth national teams in France.
Yeah.
And obviously because of the quality, the depth in quality they have,
But
there's no way he's
Did you
going
hear
to play.
what Thomas said? There are people who've trained their entire lives to want to play for Algeria. So he's taken that one spot for somebody.
But if he's better than that person, why not?
No, but
It's
still.
about quality. If he's better, why not?
He's obviously better because
You've
You can't go with
He
loyalty.
jumped
He
on.
skipped so
He
many
just jumped
lines.
on when it jumped in now.
Why was he not
Fight with
there?
us the whole way. Start
Yes.
with us at the beginning. Come with us.
It's like let me be practical, right? You see, I'm here. I'm on Sport International, right? If I go to Zambia and there's somebody who's working hard wanting to work for ZNBC, and because I have a super sport status, they'll hire me quickly. You get what I mean? So it's unfair for somebody who's been working so hard, knows all the lingos in Zambia, and then I just go and sit there.
But if it's on merit, if he's better, then why
Well,
not?
what merit? Let's
No,
start there.
no.
Okay, let's talk
Look
about
at this. He grew up in the Real Madrid youth system.
Yes.
You will say obviously because of his
His dad was coaching.
But then he went on.
They recently dropped him from the Grenada side,
Which
right?
shows is not
So,
quality
But
player.
it's tough leagues, those, Thomas.
Suresh, I still
Tough
believe.
leagues.
I still believe.
League
World
also,
Cup,
you can
this is
imagine,
World
you can
Cup.
imagine his dad, like Zinedine
Yeah.
Zidane, absolute legend, World Cup winner, saying, son, there is nothing greater than playing at a FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
And your
And for your-
grandparents are Algerian.
Yes.
Experience it.
Nipple baby. He's a nipple
Experience
baby.
it, son. You know?
It's possible.
Just experience it. Go and enjoy yourself.
So what happens
Experience.
if Algeria doesn't do well at the World Cup? So then he goes
It
back
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, I
he
can't
has
say, though.
been there
Thomas,
at the World
there's
Cup.
also a goalkeeper,
He
Ivory
kicked
Coast
the
holder.
Rionda.
Same scenario. He played for all the youth
Unfair,
French
though.
national team. Recently, in the last round of qualifiers, they naturalized him to Ivory Coast.
What's your point?
I'm saying there's nothing wrong with players because France takes all African heritage players.
Oh, it's the way
If
of-
there's
No.
offshoots, there's enough quality, let them come back to Africa. Why not?
Mamadou.
Let him come back to Africa. He's never been
Yeah.
to. He has,
Really?
Hey.
Yeah, it's from here.
Really,
Dan, what do you think?
but he's never lived here.
I think that obviously is benefiting from the heritage of the father. Zidane is Zidane. When you are Zidane, you are a brand. And for Algeria to have Zidane, it's a big brand. It's a marketing brand. And I think that could be one reason Algeria say, come here. You can see already we are discussing him. And I think it's something positive for Algeria to have a brand like called Zidane. It's a big brand. And I think even in the World Cup, it will be an attraction. It's a plus to Algeria.
Do you remember how Zinedine Zidane left the World Cup? His last World Cup. Maybe they're trying to make him play it so he can have a good name at the World Cup. Because what else is there?
Mamadou, what are you even saying? What are you saying? Because there are those in France who are saying that Luka is potentially diluting even his father's legacy, right? Your dad, Euro 98, Euro 2000 brings home the trophy. World Cup in 98 brings home the trophy to France. Now you are not going to play for the country of your father. You are going to go now to a World Cup representing potentially even, let's say, there's a match between France and Algeria, and you are playing for the nation against your father's nation.
Which father's nation? The father's nation, his ancestors are from Algeria.
Exactly.
Look, even the French are complaining about it. Look, listen to the French politicians. They say when our national team is playing, they are all African, foreigners. We don't even see a French guy in that team, which is true. Look
Yes,
at
why not play
Dembele, who
for
won the
African?
Ballon d'Or. He's from Mauritania, Senegal, Mali. Exactly.
So what should we? So what
Allow
should we feel?
also
So how should we feel here when a Luka Zidane, age 27, decides when the World Cup is about to start, just in time for the last games? He was on the bench actually for the Somalia game. They put him on the bench already for that. That now is my time to join. Now is my time to remember that I'm Algerian.
Very suspicious.
Is he going to also play for Algeria during AFCON?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, two for the price.
I'll be
Two for
convinced.
the price of
I'll
one.
be
You
con-
get an AFCON under
I
your
will be
belt and you
convinced
get.
if I see him on the AFCON list. If he really
Well, he is. I mean, you can't be on the
is.
bench for a World
He's
Cup
a number
qualifier and
two.
you're not going to AFCON.
We don't know that.
No, he is.
We haven't seen the
No,
squad
he's going.
list yet. We
It's just
shall
he's
see.
going.
Let's
Because
wait for the
his
squad
journey
list.
is the World Cup. If he's not going to AFCON,
Let him
he's not
win
going.
AFCON for Algeria.
Win it. He didn't make him make the team against Somalia. He was on the bench.
Let him
It's
win
his
the
first
AFCON
game
for
in
Algeria.
camp.
But that is his first game. Obviously, he will.
What are you saying? You're a
harmonize
star. You are the
within the group.
superstar. Big brand. You can't sit on the bench,
Thomas,
Mamadou.
he
You
still
can't
needs
be
to
a
be
superstar. Big
integrated.
brand.
You can't just take a new player and put him in
Against
the lineup.
Somalia,
We
you're on
have-
the bench.
Yes, he must
Superstar,
still
big
be
brand.
integrated in the team environment.
Hasn't he been training with the team though?
Yeah, for this camp, he's just been called
So
up.
why didn't he play against
So
Somalia?
I'm just saying, he just arrived 2 or 3 days
He's a
before
superstar
that.
though. Superstars are born ready.
Thank you. Thank you.
They have to assimilate him slowly, integrate him.
Ah,
You can't just.
what do you think at home? Hashtag Soccer Africa. Lucas Zidane joins the Algerians. The last couple of weeks, FIFA giving him the permission to say it's fine. You can now become part of the national team of Algeria. I think he played under 20s and stuff with France in the
Yes,
past.
yes,
So
all the
the
youth
paperwork needed to
teams.
be done. And now,
Exactly.
some thinking it's an opportunistic move with Algeria, knowing they were going to go to the World Cup and already going to the Africa Cup of Nations, that he would now come and decide that he would join the Algerians, where his grandparents do come from. So Mamadou's right about that. His grandparents do come from Algeria. However, Mamadou, with the Congress in the DRC, what happened? CAF having a Congress there. Who was there? Who was the who's who in the zoo? Who came through? What happened? Give us a sense, because we know when you stand in a corner, you're not just standing there having tea. You are watching.
Oh, Mamadou.
Oh, Mamadou just.
Have we lost Mamadou again at a critical moment? What's happening here?
Right?
Just at the critical
Wait,
moment.
Literally.
So we're going to come back to him, and hopefully he'll tell us about the big takeaways there. While we're on administrative issues, let's talk, Ashley. Biggest administrative issue happening in women's football. What's happened?
Okay, the number one that obviously the 16 teams during the WAFCON, but the one that I love the most is the CAF Women's Champions League prize money also going up 52%, $600,000, which is great because we've seen how the CAF Women's Champions League has grown. It's just grown since it started. So that is very, very good. Also, the profit that CAF has made since integration, the presidency quadrupled. When CAF has been going through losses for so long, that is a milestone. That quadruple profit has been really, really good.
Yeah, they made a profit for the first time after several years of 9.48 million CAF. For the first time after several years, $9.48 million. That equates to about 163 odd million. So it shows under the leadership of Dr. Motsepe that CAF has taken a positive turn. The good governance, sponsors have come on board. Prize money has increased across the board in all the tournaments.
And one thing that I also like.
I think in addition to that, also it is good to hear that CAF has signed 20 additional broadcast deals. To make the tournament even more visible across the globe. I think that's a positive step for them.
We got Mamadou back. Mamadou, the guys here in studio talking about the money, the big story out of the Congress, the money. And that under Dr. Patrice Motsepe, CAF are profitable.
Yeah, when President Patrice Motsepe took over, CAF was in the red, owing money left and right, almost bankrupt. But finally here, after so many years, we managed to announce a profit of $9.48 million. And on top of that also, Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, who attended the CAF Ordinary General Assembly, also announced that so far FIFA has spent $1 billion in Africa. And he's got the intention to increase that money. And obviously, President Patrice Motsepe is marking him tightly so that FIFA can invest more money into Africa.
Now, the president of FIFA was president. I actually saw you posting pictures, Mamadou. You got very close.
Yes, very close, because anyway, Both of him. And when I went to him, for example, President Motsepe came close and he said to FIFA president, "This is Mamadou, one of the best journalists in Africa." And Gianni was saying, yes, yes, yes. Then, yeah, that was it. It was, but one thing that impressed me, people are always saying why FIFA is always present in Africa. But I could see the closeness, the relationship between President Motsepe and Gianni Infantino. I think Motsepe knows what he really wants. He wants FIFA close to him so that FIFA can help not only fund CAF, but also help develop football in the continent. And obviously FIFA is running a lot of projects in Africa, and I am sure you saw it now with the various commission that FIFA announced recently, where you have so many Africans in all the various commissions for the first time. I think that is a great achievement due to the proximity also of the CAF president to the FIFA president. But they are really working in good tandem.
And I mean, you just have to look at the fact that this president and Dr. Patrice Motsepe will be the second president of CAF to bring a World Cup to Africa. I mean, 2030. It's going to be in Morocco.
In Morocco, yeah.
And that closeness doesn't happen if FIFA doesn't like you, right? They don't want your continent. You're not going to host another World Cup. It is going to happen.
It is going to happen in 2030 when Morocco will be co-hosting with Portugal as well as with Spain. So yeah, you're quite right. The second president in Africa to bring the World Cup in Africa. But more than that, I think Mamadou is right to say that since Motsepe took over, there has been a revolution. He found CAF in the red. But now for them to post a profit of about $9.4 million, and remember, they have also increased the prize money in women football.
We just heard that from Ashley, right?
Absolutely. They have increased the CAF Champions League prize money. They have increased the CAF Africa Cup of Nations money. There was a time where the prize for winning the AFCON was $1.5 million. Now, I stand to be corrected.
$7 million.
The winner is about $7 million. I think it is worth it. How much do countries spend in preparing for the tournament? Only to take home 1.5 million. I think this is a
Thomas, I also
great
think for me, on the technical side, was the introduction of the schools competition.
100 hours
For me, Dr. Motsepe introduced that, and it bridges that gap, because normally we worry about under 17, under 20. Now we've gone a step further, lower, under 15. I think that was a masterclass.
There's one last thing I want to touch with you guys. While we're on the subject of international football, right, and we're talking about, CAF and FIFA, Gianni Infantino came out the other day and made a very strong statement against club sides playing domestic league games in countries that are other than the countries those clubs come from. It's going to happen. I mean, UEFA had to approve game between AC Milan and Como, which is going to take place in Australia in February. And then in La Liga, Villarreal are taking on Barcelona. That's going to be in December. League game. And it's going to take place in Miami. This is something that has come up and I'm like, wow, how is this even possible? FIFA are not happy. UEFA saying, we can't stop it. We don't have a rule to stop it. The clubs have applied. There's no rule. They're going to play, club games in other countries. Mamadou, where do you sit on that?
Look, football has become a business now. People are trying to make money. And it's a global game. Look at it. People follow the game everywhere, in each and every corner. Like I am in DRC. I went yesterday where they buy some nice pork somehow in a market, and I could see the screen of Super Sport everywhere, and people are watching the game. The game, Sport show all the game, and
That's
people
fine.
are enjoying it.
On TV, they're watching
Yes.
it. Imagine a league game
But on
happening.
TV, it's the same thing. Imagine if you bring Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid tomorrow to play in Kinshasa. The stadium will be jam-packed. The bottom line is people like the game and the quality of the game. Then let's take the game everywhere in the world.
I don't think
Simple
it's
as
normalized
that. Let's
much.
have Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs play in Abidjan.
What about the fans in South Africa who want to see that game?
They've seen the game.
What are you guys? Are you
No,
supporting this?
wait.
Yeah, I
No,
am.
particularly.
I am.
Look at people.
I
When
am.
was the last time
The game is evolving.
Namibian fans watched a game in Namibia?
Listen,
At national level.
Ashley, if some businessmen in Tanzania say Kaiser Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, I offer you $5 million each to come and play in Tanzania, what do you expect the clubs to do?
It's bad.
It is
I
bad,
don't
but
think
yeah,
it should
but
be
it is
normalized.
business.
No,
bad.
it's
It is
bad.
also
Evolution
business to the
of
club.
the game.
And there are so many levels that it's bad on. First, it's the local fans who miss out on the game. All
Local
the infrastructure,
businesses
the stadium
also.
that won't make the
Brand
money
marketing.
locally from having that game. The mamas outside the stadium who make food
Well,
can't
yeah.
have
It's
not gonna be a
that
permanent
game
thing,
take
it's a
place
one-off
in
thing.
the
No, but if
country
it's
anymore.
normalized,
Now
once,
all
it
that
become a normal
is now
thing.
exported
You'll have
to another country.
strong
No,
local
it will
league.
become normal.
I hear you.
There's a lot of stakeholders
It's
that
going
lose.
to that stage where there will be a global super league and you'll have your domestic.
No, but let's keep what should be
this
played at
week
home.
in
And home.
Rome
There's so many tournaments
Guys,
now.
football is strong
This
because
week-
we have international
Yes.
football, we have continental football, and we've got club football that happens in the countries
Thomas,
respectively.
this week in Rome, there was you know what was called ECA, European Club Association. They rebranded European football clubs. 800 clubs are present as we sit in Rome.
So what's your point?
They're looking at how they readjust, restructure the
How they can kill football everywhere in the
Not
world.
kill,
Yeah, but
it's
even
evolution
now
of
you
football.
have
Okay, so
you have
So
Almere.
Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid are playing in Abidjan, like Mamadou was saying, and then there's a local league game. Where is everybody going?
What's happening at the
No, just
moment,
answer me that
even with
question. Where are they
TV, when
going? Which
people are
game are they
watching
going to watch?
EPL and no one watches domestic.
What game are they
Even
going to
in
watch?
But what we're
Africa,
trying to
it
say,
started already.
things are going-
I need a break.
Almere
Mamadou, I'm gonna
are
let you
playing in
go.
Mauritania.
And you let me down as well, Mamadou. I can't believe you're telling me this is a business and it's fine. You also let me down. Come back so I can deal with you. This is Soccer Africa.
I think
And
Congo is
we are back with more
it's
right after this.
confusing.
Yesterday we had a meeting and we've spoken about this amongst us, you know, or the group and everyone. Like, we know that this game against Zimbabwe, it's a do or die game. Like, we have to win it if we really want to go to the World Cup. Like, this game, it's a must win for us. So like, everyone is prepared for that. Everyone knows that it's a do or die game for us. We have to win it no matter what. And also we also want to make all the country proud, like because we haven't been in that we haven't qualified to go to the World Cup in the last 24 years. So now I think it's a big chance for us, like, or to make all the country proud. Actually, we have mixed emotions. Like, we don't want to take this game lightly, and at the same time we don't want to feel too relaxed, you know. So we are trying to keep the balance, you know. But about the mood, you know, if you come here in the Bafana, you know, the mood is always good. Like, everyone, if he gets the call up, he's happy. Like, he's the players are more than happy, like, or to come or to represent the country. So the mood is fabulous, I can say.
Okay, I'd say it's high, team spirit is sharp, everyone is happy, smiling, and we are looking forward for game of Friday. Even though Coach Roger said it's a must win, and it's a motivation for us to win a game of Friday. Even though we're trying to get the points and so that, but then for Ona, it's a motivation of a game to win a Friday and show them who we are and we deserve to be in the World Cup.
The game is live on the World of Champions. Both of those encounters, the match between Zimbabwe and South Africa, as well as the match between South Africa and Rwanda. TK,
Yeah.
what was being said there?
Moremi says the mere fact that 3 points have been deducted from South Africa, this means it has motivated them, and it means these two games are must wins. There's no two ways about it. They want to go to the World Cup, and for that they cannot take the two games very lightly.
As you look at setting your alarm to be with us, to make sure that you are there for those encounters, who in the group has the easier two games to the FIFA World Cup? I think that's the question we need to answer.
South Africa, because they are playing at home.
I don't think it's easy.
Wait,
It's not easier, right?
listen. South Africa has home games in both fixtures. They play in Durban and they play in Bombela.
Yes.
Which means they have fans to help them win this game.
Zimbabwe bringing the game, their home game, don't have a stadium in Zimbabwe, bringing that game to Durban
Yes.
on Friday.
Yes. So
you say that's advantage.
That's an advantage. And I was listening to the coach of Zimbabwe speak earlier on this afternoon, where he did say that is an advantage, one, for South Africa. Two, South Africa has got the advantage because most of their players play in the PSL. So they already have a lot of synergy around the team. Zimbabwe has a very diverse team with so many players.
Diverse team of quality players.
Quality players that are playing outside, but still South Africa always has an upper hand because they have more time to train when other teams are trying to gather their players around. So that always plays a big one for South Africa.
But I think Nigeria as well. Look, I like taking the mickey out of them. I like to mock them and all that. But I think they play in Benin at home.
And Rwanda away.
And they play in Rwanda away.
No, Nigeria. Sorry, Benin. I'm thinking about Benin. Benin are playing against Rwanda away.
Yes.
And then Nigeria in the final game.
Nigeria are playing Lesotho in Polokwane.
Yeah.
And then they will be playing Rwanda at home. I think if Nigeria can't get 6 points out of that, then they are no longer the Super Eagles.
Thomas, I like what Hugo Bruce said. You know, this is the most important game in the last 2 decades for Bafana. Tomorrow's game against Zimbabwe, the whole nation get behind the team, pack Moses Mabhida Stadium and back. And he says, you must just win the next 2 games. That's it. No calculators, no anything. Just win the next 2 games.
Can only do what you can do. And it is a thrilling and exhilarating finish to the group in Group C, where just about anyone in that group can make it.
An interesting thing, one of the player that scored against South Africa during the Rwanda game told me this afternoon that he cannot wait to score against South Africa when they play Rwanda. He cannot wait to score again against them.
Shots fired.
Yes, so let's see how that one goes. Because he was out when they played against Zimbabwe.
Ashley Nakazwe, the wise queen. Thank you very much to our football strategist in Coach Sudesh Singh at the far post. It's the award-winning journalist and founder of Soccer Africa. It's Thomas Gwenaite. Mamadou Gay will be back with us after his trip to the CAF Congress in the DRC. And I'm your jersey number 10. This has been Soccer Africa. Good night.